And so I'm starting a yoga business, and I forgot the other one. There's another one, but I just can't think of it right now.
Okay, you have a full plate.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Anybody else want to share what they do?
Well, I can share. Well, my name is Binta, and I have a company called Binta's Dream. And in it, I create my own organic skincare here at home, which I am working on, also building my website. And I've also created a very, very, very delicious tea that I want to bring into the market. And I also teach yoga, and that is something that I love to do. I just like to share my voice to nourish people's souls and from the inside out. So that's what I do. And that's what I'm working on. So.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Nourish people's souls. Share your voice to nourish people's souls. And that's exactly what you do.
Oh, thank
Micah,
you.
You want to tell us what you do?
Yeah, I eat grapes with seeds in them. Excuse me. And,
okay, let me rephrase that. Would you like to tell us what your business is?
well, all of the above. I am a pray, heal, drum warrior goddess, and I help people transform their lives from what they don't want to what they want through health, wealth, and creativity, specifically drumming and making beaded jewelry out of stones and natural elements too.
Beautiful. I learned something new. I didn't know it was out of natural elements. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm Arlene McLaren, and I'm also a life coach and a business consultant. And I've written a book, as I just said, for those of you that didn't know, it's called 10 Secrets to Overcoming Fear, Getting Unstuck, Living Your Best Life. And I do a television show, which is all about how you can grow in your business and get out of stuckdom and move forward. So how did I get into this? 5 years ago, I was flying high. I worked for high-level politicians, and I was the leader of several chambers of commerce, and I got recruited out of 300 people to go clear across the country to head up a particular organization. And what happened shortly thereafter, a new board of directors came in, and that new board of directors decided that they did not want me as their leader. And so as head of the business community, I was in the newspapers, I was, in the magazines, and I was being called for consult about the business community. Well, when the new board of directors came in, they fired me. But they didn't just fire me, ladies, they publicly fired me. So my face was on the cover of the newspaper. Like, some people never get on the cover of a newspaper, but to be on the cover and to put across my face, fired, I was stuck. I was really stuck. And then that morning I was supposed to speak at the Rotary Club, and I just couldn't go, guys. I couldn't get up. I was so stuck. And then shortly thereafter, my mother contracted an incurable disease. So my grandmother was 103, and everybody in my family lives long. My mom was really young, 80, and I just watched her pass away. I watched her shrivel up and die right in front of me, and I was even more stuck. And it was hard for me to get up. And for about 3 years, I didn't get up. I took care of my kids, and that was about it. I didn't go to anybody's job. I didn't, volunteer for any projects. And I pretty much just ate and slept and took care of my kids, did the bare essentials for 3 years. I didn't know how. I wanted to get up, but I didn't know how to get unstuck and move forward. And I read books, I had heard many things, and I tried to operate in what I had heard. But it wasn't until I went to a life coaching conference in California, and I met a life coach, and I started to change. I started to get up. And I learned 10 secrets that I believe helped me to begin living my best life. I started my business. I was found by my perfect partner. I moved from New York City to my dream location, which is California. I began moving in the direction of the things that I truly wanted. I had started doing another job, and I was able to just quit that job. And I wanted to share these 10 secrets. And so I put them in a book. But today I want to share with you 3 of the secrets that helped me to get unstuck and move forward in my business. So I'm not telling you anything that I heard about today or I saw over there or over there. I'm telling you about things that I used and that have been shared with other people. They've also used these secrets in order to get up. So the first secret is called proximity. So actually, it's the 4th secret in the series of 10, but it's the first secret that we're going to talk about today. So proximity. What is proximity? There's a quote in the book, and it's a proverb. And it says that whatever you're around is what you become. And it's a simple concept that we probably all learned when we were kids. Oh, you know who you are by the company that you keep. But we don't think about it necessarily in terms of business growth, because those are just basic principles from, our childhood. There's a great book that says everything you need to know in life to be successful, you learned when you were in 1st grade or you were 5 years old. Well, this would be one of those secrets. So I had a client, and she wanted to be an actress, and it's hard to get into that field. So she used the secret of proximity. She began not working as an actress. She began down, because she was in New York City, that's where I'm from. She began going down to Broadway and just working for minimum wage inside the theater and passing out the programs. Okay, and people say, well, that's silly. She wants to be a world-class actress, right? Why is she taking the minimum wage job and passing out brochures? But what happened is, after the shows, the people who perform, these high-level actors and actresses, actually come out and talk to the people. So she was there every night. She began associating with them. She began talking to them. She began going out afterwards to eat with them. She began becoming what it was that she wanted to become, a world-class actress, okay? Because they started talking to her about how they functioned and how they got into the business and what they do and who their contacts were. And so eventually she was an actress also on Broadway. It was inevitable because those are the people that she spent her time with. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you're not doing it with your heart, your mind, your soul, just giving it your all, then you're not working it to the max. Okay, you're not working to your maximum potential. The idea and the secret of proximity is that whatever you want to become, live it. Okay, do it. There's a lovely musician. Like this morning, I was playing music. I like Mary. Her name is Beyonce. And when she comes on the stage, people get excited and they cheer and they love her, or your favorite singer or your favorite dancer or your favorite drummer. You get excited and you cheer and you get all into it, right? Or maybe it's a basketball game or a football game, whatever it is, you get into it. Are you cheering? Are you getting excited about your vision, about your dream, about your business? Are you going all in? Are you yelling and screaming and cheering? Are you talking about it constantly and incessantly? Whenever we're excited about something, we talk about it. We're in close proximity with it and we just change. Our whole face changes. Well, guess what? That's how we need to be when we talk about our business. And if you're not talking about your business to the point where your friends and family are saying, oh, enough, you're talking about it too much, you're not talking about it enough. Okay, you're probably not talking about it enough. There's a story about this wonderful singer where she said she was taping for a show, Beyonce, and she was taping from dawn till dusk. And she was so immersed in it that she forgot to eat. She didn't realize that she hadn't had a sandwich all day because she was so immersed and so involved and so taken up with her dream and her desire and her vision. And so ebulliented with it, she forgot all the rest of the stuff. And that's one of the reasons why she's so great. If we think of Oprah Winfrey, who is so good at television, what do we think of when we think of her in terms of her business?
Inspiring.
A beautiful leader, an inspiring leader.
Inspiring. What's her business? What do we think of? What is she known for?
Talk show.
Talking.
TV, talk show, right? She's at the top of her game as a TV talk show host.
Interview.
What do we think of when we think of Michael Jordan?
Basketball.
Basketball. That's what he did. He ate it, slept it, breathed it. That's all he did. Basketball. Once they graduated from it and he retired from it, I should say, then he did other things. But he's known for this one thing, right? Oprah Winfrey, known for her talk show. What's his name? Serena. What's she known for?
Singer.
Serena Williams. What's she known for?
Tennis.
Oh, tennis! The greatest tennis player of all times, right? When we think of tennis, we think of her, okay? Because that's what she does. And every time we see her on TV, she's talking about tennis, right? How she's won and how wonderful it is. Okay, let's see. When we think of the guy, what's his name? Why does his name escape me? I want to say what he does, but I don't want to tell you guys what he does. Young guy, gentleman of color, athlete. His name is, Tiger Woods.
Oh, golf.
Oh, golf.
Golf. Okay. Elon Musk. What do we know him for?
Space.
Mm,
Tesla.
Business. Did somebody say what?
I said space.
Oh.
space,
Okay. Business.
Yeah,
Business.
space,
Right.
that's-
His
you're right.
business. And now he has several other businesses that have also been successful. But what we really knew him for? Space is just a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
We knew him for what?
I'm not sure.
He was an engineer.
Tesla.
Yeah, somebody said it already.
Tesla.
Oh, yeah, I said Tesla.
Yeah. And then after that, he branched out to other things. But the thing is business. So what am I saying to you in terms of proximity? Whatever it is that's your business, that should be what you eat, sleep, breathe, what you surround yourself with. The people that you talk to, the conversations that you have should be in reference to your goal, your vision, your dream. So if I have a conversation with Ria and I talk to you for 5 minutes and you don't talk to me about your business, you're not talking about your business enough.
Good.
One of the one of the rubs against the guy who was head of Apple is that he was obsessed. He was obsessed with Apple. What's his name? Go ahead, tell me, Almeka. Every time I say I don't remember his name, you tell me. The gentleman who was head of Apple.
The one that's vaccinating the world.
No, the one that passed away.
Oh, Steve Jobs.
Right, Steve Jobs. That was one of the rubs against him, that he was so obsessed with his business.
Oh, he
If
was
you
Microsoft,
are
my bad.
around people who are very successful, regardless of what it is, whether it's business or it's basketball or it's, TV shows, they're going to be talking with you about what they do. There's something called the 3-foot rule, which I want everybody to write down and implement. If you're within 3 feet of someone, you should be talking with them and sharing with them your vision, your goal, your dream, your plan, and perhaps they'll share with you theirs as well, but the conversation should be about where you're going and what you're doing, perhaps how it can help them. But the goal is to be so immersed and so involved that the people that you're around propel you even further into that destiny, into that goal, into that dream, into that vision, just like everyone else who has been successful. So when I had the goal to be involved with politics and I wanted to win friends and influence people, if you were talking with me and you weren't talking about politics, Tamara, we weren't having a conversation. We weren't having a conversation. Okay. And eventually I ended up working with the president. But the secret is to be immersed, to think about who it is that we're spending our time with. Also, the programs that we watch. Many people think, well, everything doesn't matter. Everything matters.
It does.
If you remember nothing else from the talk today, remember this one secret and it will change your life. There's nothing that doesn't matter. I used to want to connect and have an excellent marital relationship. I'm sharing with you guys that I had a marriage when I was very young. As soon as I graduated from college, I got married. It did not work out. I had my favorite programs as Living Single, Golden Girls, anything that had single women in it, girlfriends. And I couldn't figure out, all these other things seem to be in order. Why is it that I'm not able to be found by my dream partner? It wasn't, guys, until I stopped. I had to force myself, because I loved those programs, force myself to stop immersing myself in those programs, to where eventually a door opened and he found me. What are you watching? What are you listening to on the radio, along the airwaves? What kinds of programs, what songs are you listening to? I love the song. I love the country music song. I lost my dog. I lost my truck. I lost I love the song, but what is it saying? What message? The same way we say affirmations, right? We say, I am an excellent entrepreneur. I am the head of the class. The same way when we're singing these songs, we're saying these things that may not be conducive with where we want to go within our business. And then we wonder, well, why haven't I hit 6 figures in my business? Why don't I have that Tesla that I would like to drive? Why am I not where I truly want to be? That's a secret, guys. If we operate in the certain way that these other people are operating in, or that I was operating in certain areas, then I'll be able to achieve the goal in those areas. But in this area of relationship, I didn't seem to be able to achieve it, and I wasn't sure why. But now I'm telling you, the secret is proximity. Everybody take a deep breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth, and decide to begin to ensure that you're in proximity with people who are doing what it is that you desire to do. Now, let's say you are writing your book, Ria, and you're around somebody who would like to write a book. They've never written a book, but they want to write a book. And like attracts like. So let's just say this person is talking about doing their book, but they're not writing the book. Okay, they're just over there and you're over here and you're endeavoring to write your book. Does that person qualify as proximity to the thing, the goal, the dream, the vision that you want? No, no. Okay, but if the person has written a book, okay, or they're even endeavoring to write the book, okay, because they're doing it, they're in the process of doing it, so they're inspiring you, they're pulling you up and dragging you and driving you closer to the goal, the vision, the dream, then does the person qualify for proximity? Yes. So who are your friends? Your friends are your friends because they're what? Just like us. We hang out with the people who are just like us. So that is why the secret is that we earn within $5,000 of the people that we spend time with, because they know what we know and we know what they know. We tell them what we know and they tell us what they know. And so we all just know the same thing and we say at the same level. So the secret to proximity is that we have to be stretched out of our comfort zone. Talk to some new people that aren't just like us, but are just like we want to be, that are just like we endeavor to be, and will stretch us and cause us to grow. So I hang out with people that make me stand on my tippy toes to be around them. And it's not always comfortable because they stretch me. And they say, oh, well, what books have you read recently? Where have you been? What are you doing? What programs are you engaging in? I'm like, ooh. Well, I just went to Mexico or to a conference. Where did you go this week? They stretch me. They cause me to grow. I love Binta because every time I talk to her, when I'm on these calls, she's always speaking these wonderful things about me. And it makes me sit up in my chair. I say, whoa, I better get it together so that I can actually become the person that she is talking about. Okay. So we need people that stretch us and cause us to grow, not just people who cause us to feel comfortable. And the scary part is our friends are the people who cause us to feel comfortable. They know what we know. They're just like us. And that's why they are our friends. Okay, so we've got to stretch. I read a book, whether your political leanings are toward the past president. What's his name? I guess it's early. It's 7 o'clock for me, guys. The names are not coming to me. The former
Trump.
president is, what's his name?
Trump.
Thank you, Tara. Trump. He wrote a book before he became president, and he was talking about how to be successful, how to move forward, and he was outlining his day. And there's also a gentleman by the name of Bloomberg. I worked in the New York City Council because I told you guys I was involved with politics. And I heard him say it as well, that his perfect day is the day where he's going from the time he wakes up till the time he goes to bed, and he has something to do every moment of the day. And I heard that, and I thought that was the most ridiculous thing that I had ever heard. A day for me where I have to do something every single minute of the day. But then I said, wait a minute, he's a billionaire. Trump is making some good money. And if you read his book, you find out that he's talking with people every, from this thing to that thing to the next thing to that. And then I started to look around at some of the very successful people that I was spending time with. And I realized, my goal was to do less, to work myself into a business where I could do less, as opposed to working myself into a business where I could do more. I was sitting yesterday and I was listening to a gentleman, Billy Hugh is his last name, and he does Millionaire. He made money in doing healthful bars. And he said, if he's up, he's either working or he's working out. And I thought, again, that's terrifying. I'm looking to relax. Also a billionaire. So guys, proximity. If I'm spending time with Tom Billyhue, whether I'm with him or I'm watching him or I'm reading something that he's done or I'm a part of what he's doing, and these very successful people, because I may not be in their location, so I'm reaching them and being with them in a way that I can, then I have to do life the way that they're doing it. And I'm not telling you that if you're a drum goddess, that now you need to do what Tamara is doing and do that all day long. No, I'm saying find your ikigai, find your bliss, whatever your business is, that one thing, because it can't be 50 things, because nobody's great at 50 things. Okay, we've all been placed here to do something, but none of us has been placed here to do everything. So that's just a word to the wise. You guys can take it as you've shared your businesses and say, well, which one of these or which two of these do I truly want to work on right now and manifest in a greater way? Or which one, and it may not even be something you're doing now, but whatever it is, the secret to the ikigai, and that's another topic, so I'm not going to go too deep in it, but the secret to the ikigai is that it's not something that you just woke up this morning and you decided to do, or you saw someone else doing and you decided, oh, that's the business for me. It's something that you've been thinking about for a long while, and it keeps coming up in your consciousness. It's something that even though you try to put it to the side, it keeps rising up to the top. And that's that thing that you were brought here to do. So the reason why I mentioned the Oprahs and the Bill Clinton, who's known for politics, or any of these people, is because they're known for something. None of them is known for everything, but they're all known for one thing. Okay, so once you begin to immerse yourself in terms of proximity in that one thing, you begin to rise to the top. If it's coaching, and that's what your ikigai is, the more you immerse yourself in it, the more you do it, the more you learn about it, the more you're watching things about it, the more you're spending time with people who are doing it, the more you rise in that particular business, project, or endeavor. Next one, health and fitness. Ooh, guys, we all know that if you eat the chocolate bar or you eat the candy bar, we're gonna have less energy. We all know that. Okay, my problem was chips. I do a program, it's called the 5,000 step per day challenge, and also the give up challenge. And the idea is that we have something in our life that we know about that just is a nuisance, and we know it's not the best for us. We all have it. There's no one that doesn't have it. If we can give up that one thing, once we take that off our plates, we're going to rise even higher. And there are multiple things in the book that I talk about that affected me. I would eat chips. Simple thing, you know, a little stressed, and I eat potato chips. I don't have a weight problem or anything, but what I found from the people around me is that every time I ate the chips, I yell at my kids. Every time I eat the chips, I yell at my husband. I mean, is it that simple? Is it that simple that there's possibly something that you're putting in and ingesting that causes you to not be as successful in your business project or endeavor? Is it that coffee with the sugar? Is it rice? I was a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat. And so I thought of myself as a very healthful eater. And I developed a eczema, okay? I would shake a lot of hands, and I developed eczema on my hands. And I would use a steroid cream. Guys, I went to a health practitioner, and he told me, stop eating the rice and stop eating the bread. I said, but I'm a vegetarian. All I'm eating on the plate is the rice and the vegetables. What do you mean stop eating the rice? What's left for me? He said, if you stop eating it within 2 weeks, the eczema will clear up. I said, you don't understand. I've had this for years. It's just something that I have to live with. When I get stressed, I use the steroid cream. He said, stop. Within less than 2 weeks, it had cleared up. So guys, get the book, look at the different items, health and fitness. What are we putting into our systems that are affecting us in terms of whether or not we've written that book, whether or not we are that A-class coach yet, or whether or not I'm that ace drummer. Actually, you're a really healthful person, Omeka, so I don't know what you could be eating, but nevertheless, look into it, okay? Look into it. And don't wait until it's too late and it's something that has affected you long term, but look into it now while we're healthy, okay, and healthful. So health and fitness, and join the 5,000 step per day challenge if you haven't done so yet, so that you can walk with us a minimum of 5,000 steps. So for some of you, it's more, it's 10,000 steps. And for some of you, it's less. But the idea is to get into the habit of walking daily. It's easy. It's inexpensive. There really are no excuses, and it doesn't require any additional, items. So there really is no excuse. And when you do it, when you begin to do it, you're going to see how it affects your cognitive ability, how much sharper we are, and how much more able we are to accomplish those tasks that we have. And we come to the table with way more drive and ability once we begin to look at what we're eating and also our health and fitness. And the last one, the third point, was focus. So a story. And everybody here believes in the law of attraction, but I had a desire, as I said, I was involved with politics. So I wanted to, from a very early age, I wanted to help my community. I wanted to make a difference. I just always wanted to do that. So I had a meeting with a minister who was in close proximity to the person who was head of the police precincts in my area, in my district. And this woman was so powerful as far as I could see. And she said, oh, I love the fact that you're a young person and you want to get involved in the community. I'm going to let you work with me. She was very highlighted in the community. I'm going to let you work with me to accomplish these things. And, you're going to self-actualize. Well, after that meeting, I called her. She said she would call me, but she didn't call me. I figured, okay, she forgot. I called her. She didn't answer. I called her. She didn't answer. I was focused on this one lady because I felt like she had the key to opening the door to what I wanted to do at that particular juncture. So for each of us, there's someone who you feel could help you in your endeavor or help you in your goal or your vision. And so this lady was the person for me. And we met with her and she said she was interested in helping me. I called and I called and I called and I was focused on calling her. And I was like a pit bull with a rag. You guys know pit bulls? They're notorious for holding on and not letting go. I was holding on. She wouldn't return my phone call. So finally, I did what I learned as far as focus. The secret is, it's counterintuitive. The secret is, or was, to let go. So I was focused on this one person because I felt this person held the key to opening the door to what I wanted to do. And even though I called her and I, left messages and I did everything that I thought I needed to do in terms of this one person, it didn't work. So I had to let go. So I had to sit back and do all that I could do. So instead of focusing on the person, I began to focus on me and what I could do in terms of accomplishing the goal. So I did everything I could do. So in the business, it's not to do the business, but to do everything that we can do within the business. It's easy to do. It's also easy not to do. Like the apple a day keeps the doctor away. Everybody knows it, but how often do we do it? Okay. Do everything that you can do to manifest that business project or endeavor. So I let go. Sometime later, I'm sitting at my kitchen table. I get a phone call. Would you guys believe? The phone call was from a community leader and he said, this woman needs your help. I said, oh no, she's not gonna wanna respond to me. I'm not calling her to help her with anything because I had given up. Oh no, he said, she will respond now. It's like, you guys don't understand. I did everything I could and I had to let it go, okay? So I call the woman, she answers. Guys, it wasn't my time. I had to let it go. I had to release it. So sometimes we're distressed and we're worried and we're pushing and we're like, I don't understand why. And I don't know. Let it go. Do what you can. But back to focus. So one day now I've helped her on a multiplicity of projects. We're working together. It was to wrap presents for the kids for the Christmas giveaway. And I'm sitting at her table. She made spaghetti and I'm sitting eating her spaghetti because now we're friends. Okay, me and this qualified high-level community leader. And while I'm sitting there eating her spaghetti, the phone rings. I've forgotten all about how distressed I was because now I'm in the mix. I'm doing it. I'm in the vision. I'm living the dream. And I hear the person on the phone saying, please help me. I need help. Can you please pick up the phone? Just like I had done. And she's eating her spaghetti and ignoring the person on the phone. And I feel the heat welling up in me. I start getting angry because I remember that that's exactly what she was doing to me. But guess what, guys? Focus. We have to be focused on our goal, our dream, our vision, our plan. And everything else has blinders. Three-foot rule. If they're in front of us, we're talking to them about our project, our business, where we're going, who we're becoming, because there's the bridge between where we are now and where we're going. And the way to get there is the journey. And so we're on the journey. And so we have blinders. So in the past, before this day, before this 20-minute talk, we were okay, right? With all of the other things. But now we have on focus. And if the conversation is not conducive, or the television show, or the book that we're reading, or the people that we're spending our time with are not conducive with the greatness that is within, then we have to just let them go for a time. For a time. So I'm not saying leave your friends, leave your family permanently, I'm just saying for a time. Like right now, I'm living my dream in California, in the Bay Area, which is one of the priciest places to live in the whole country. And I had to leave my house. I had to leave my environment in order to do this. When I was in politics, I had to leave and go to DC. The president leaves and goes to the White House. When you achieve, you leave and you go to wherever your seat of information, your seat of power, your seat of vision, your seat of glory, wherever that is, spend your time there. And there is a place. There's always a set place. And if you don't know that set place where the people are that are doing the thing that you want to do, find it. Assignment. I'm done. 3 things: proximity, health and fitness, focus.
That was
Wow.
very good.
Well, I've heard Arlene speak so many times, and every time it's just like, oh my God, you just open us up. You open me up, and you just make me want to be a good person, and keep striving for what I want in life, because I am a great example of spending time with the people who lift you up. Because if I hadn't been so fortunate to spend time with such wonderful people, I wouldn't be where I am today and still learning to grow from where I am right now. I can't even, my story is very long, so I won't start to speak of it, but I had never thought that I would be actually creating my own company now and making my own and wanting to have my own business, because I've spent all my life working for other people. I spent my life being a maid. I spent my life working as a housekeeper. I've worked in a grocery store. I've been a waitress. I've done it all. And now I just want to have my own business. I want to work for myself. And that is why I'm striving. I never thought I'll teach yoga. And now I'm doing it. Before I was so terrified. I never thought I could do it, but because I spent time with people who were so good at it, and people who inspired me to also learn how to do it and had faith in me, I'm actually doing it now. You know, I get scared and the first time I was very scared to do it, but now I do it. And what I do now is I went further to a point where now I teach here in New Orleans in live, and I invite people that I don't even know to come and join me. I just announce it and they come at the park. So I'm just like challenging myself to learn how to speak in front of people, because I love yoga so much. I know what it does for me. So I want to share like I said, I want to share my voice to nourish people's souls, just like my teachers do for me. And that is why I love it. So I'm sharing that. And with the products I create it from the heart, because I want to nourish people's skin to enhance their beauty, because people are already beautiful. And to enhance their own beautiful skin with nothing but the best products, you know? So for me, it's all about surrounding yourself with wonderful people, like you say, people who lift you up, and also believing in myself. The conversations I have with myself, like you say, what are you watching? What are you reading? You know, what kind of music are you listening to? You know, for me, all that is very important. I love listening to mantra music. I love listening to my African music, and I love to dance. I'm not a professional dancer, but I love to sing. And I could be in the shower singing and just like, you know. I love to meditation. I love meditation. I love to motivate people. I've spent my life, like I said, working for other people where people did not see me for who I am. And so I've now devoted myself to always, when I speak to somebody, to be able to lift them up, no matter what. I may not have anything to give you, but at least I learned to like speak to people in a way that is always kind and compassionate and just, you know, love, really love. And so it's all me. It's all about me. You know, I have the power to change my life, but I have to believe and trust myself. Trust the process, like my teacher always says, trust the process. So I'm very grateful to have the proximity to be in your company, because you're such an influence in our lives. And I'm just so grateful to be able to know you, and hope to maybe someday meet you in person and give you a big old hug. But you just don't know what you have done for me. You know, you have influenced me so much. You actually helped me to take that step of having to teach yoga on Zoom to challenge myself. And because of you, I did it and started it, because I would have been still saying, oh, well, no, I'll wait, you know, I'll wait until this, I'll wait. But because of you, I did it. And now I come on and I teach when I can, and, you know, invite anybody who wants to come. You know, when somebody doesn't come, I just practice by myself. I talk to myself, you know, so, and that is all good for me. It's all practice for myself. It's all about my own growth. And so I'm so grateful to be here, and thank you so much for all your beautiful, beautiful presentation. I love you, Arlene. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Binta, I have to apologize because I was going to go to your yoga thing, and it was we're like three hours difference, and I had a total another meeting that I was in, and I was like, ah. So I am so sorry I missed your yoga because I was looking forward to it.
Oh, that's no problem at all. I mean, the thing is sharing. I know people are busy, especially in the morning. So many people, you know, in the morning, people are working, people have work schedules. But for me, it's like, it's accountability. It's just keeping to my word, say, okay, you do this, you're gonna do it, and you do it when you can. I do it when I can too, so, but I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Where are you located, Tamara?
I am actually in Reno, Nevada. We're neighbors.
Oh, you're next door to me.
Yep, my daughter is in Hayward.
How far is that from me?
Where are you at?
I'm in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area.
So she's in Hayward, which is in the Bay Area as well.
Oh,
So she's right. It's it goes Oakland, San Leandro, San Lorenzo, or might be backwards, and then Hayward. I grew up there as well. I grew up in Hayward area.
very nice. Very nice.
So we might have to go out and have coffee one day. You'd be a great influence on my daughter. Yeah, she's amazing. So this was a very good speech. You are a very good speaker. And now I have to get your book. You made a lot of really good points that just I already knew, but it was like you bringing it to the surface, you know, because this is stuff we learn as we're going through life and in coaching and things like that. And I'm like, well, why am I not getting people? Well, I'm not talking about my business like you are, you know, I'm not talking about it in that, you know, and even when you asked me earlier, I'm just like, oh, I'm a life coach. I could have put a whole lot more emphasis on that and explained it a lot better. And so now I'm thinking I need to work on how I'm going to deliver this to people. So yeah, I got into Toastmasters yesterday, so I'm finally doing that, but because I want to speak on stage. But if I can't even talk to a person like this, how am I going to speak on stage, right? So, so going to be doing that. So thank you so much for doing this. I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you so much. When you share, like you and Binta, it's so helpful for me because I feel like, and my daughter had to tell me this, I feel like what I know, everybody else knows.
Mhm.
And I feel, yeah, really, when I'm talking, I feel like I'm just being redundant. And my daughter has to say to me, no, mommy, people know what they know, but they don't necessarily, they're not in your head. They're not thinking what you're thinking. And I need to be constantly reminded. So when you say, oh, you said something and it resonated with me, it's like, oh, well, maybe I should share more. So it's not just you. The 3-foot rule is for me. The 3-foot rule, the 10 secrets were for me. To force me to talk. So I said when I was in this dark place for those several years, I had a friend and she would say to me, this is crazy. Like my profession was talking in public. I did politics. I went all the way on up working with high level elected officials. And when I was stuck, I couldn't talk. And I had a friend who I don't want to say every day, but at least several times a week, she would say, well, Arlene, when are you going to get on live? And I had no desire to get on live. I mean, I knew I should, but in here, and the one time that I did, I wish she still had it on her group page because other people heard it. Somebody said to me, it was like I was standing in front of a firing squad and they were about to shoot me if I didn't speak because I was just like, I'm Arlene and I Like I could barely get the words out. So you are further ahead than where I was at that juncture, where I really didn't have it to speak. And the secret is with that too, is to just start a little bit, to have the micro wins and to celebrate yourself. What happens is we have these micro wins and then we just walk on. No, celebration, even though it's just a micro win, because the micro wins are what lead to the macro wins. Everybody talks about the gentleman who earned more money, they said, than anybody else during the COVID-19, and that was the guy who owns Amazon. And the secret is Jeff Bezos didn't start out wealthy. Like some of the other ones, they started out wealthy. He got all of his friends and family together and said, I want you to give me $50,000 each. Some of them were like, what? $50,000? I'm like, give you $50,000 for your business. But some people gave it to him. And he started with books, one little thing. And now he sells everything. So a lot of us are so gifted and talented at doing a lot of things. But the secret is to start with that micro thing. And if you feel like you're still tired or you're, weighted, you don't feel like you can step into it now, it means that that project is too big. Make it smaller. And as a coach, that's really what I do. It's just about helping people to get those bite-sized pieces, the micro wins, so that they can get to the macro wins. Because what happens is we sit there, and I talk about it in secret number 2, and we look at the business and we look at the big picture. Okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But it's very hard to go from, a seed to a tree. But anybody can take a little step. And that's the key, the micro wins. So if you want to, expand your business, you want to, move forward, I invite you to walk with us. We do a group. We do it on Thursdays. And that's where Binta was, where we were talking about her starting her mastermind group. So just join us, join us and let's move forward in your business project or endeavor. And like I said, it's that one thing, starting with something.
So what time on Thursdays?
7 o'clock PST. No, 7 o'clock EST, 4 o'clock PST.
Oh, in the evening? Okay. I have a call that I do on Thursdays.
We'll just click the link and subscribe, and then you'll be a part and you'll get the notifications and stuff.
Okay.
AskArleneShow.com. Okay. And get the book.
Yes. Tell me the name of it again.
10 Secrets.
10 Secrets.
Oh, look, Binta has it.
Oh, show me again, Binta.
Oh.
10 Secrets to Overcoming Your Fear and Getting Unstuck after COVID-19. And I put the link here. If you press it on the side, here, it's right, the last one. Just click the link and it takes you to it.
Okay, I'm on my phone.
So secret 1 was clarity. Secret number 2 was visualization. Not just seeing the end from the beginning, but seeing the hard part. That's why it doesn't usually work, those affirmations and the visualization. Yeah. Because people are just looking at the end from the beginning, but they're not looking at the journey. Like those things that we don't want to do, like sometimes it's the sales component. You have to visualize yourself doing the sales, visualize yourself doing the part that's hard that you don't really want to do in the visualization process. The third was momentum, to just do it, even though we don't have the plan or the plot or the scheme, or you don't know how, and you don't know who is going to help, and you don't know how much money. And the secret is to start and move forward, because as you move forward in that direction, the pieces of the puzzle come together. People will come out the woodworks. That's what happened with me. That's what happened with the business that I have now, with the political career that I had, like I said, I was recruited. People started calling me to do stuff. 4 was the proximity. 5 was the health and fitness. And you got to get the book to look at the different things that I was doing that really impacted me, that I didn't think were impacting me. And 6 was the focus. 6 was the focus. Because when I got stuck and I wasn't doing anything, during that time, I really gained a lot of weight because I wasn't doing anything. And the things that I was eating were reflective of my state. They weren't really reflective of, you know, what I needed to be doing in order to accomplish the goals. And then there's 7, 8, and 9, which I didn't talk about. And 10 is it's coaching. Get somebody to help you, walk you through the process. Thank you so much, guys. We got 2 minutes.
I
Anybody?
think Omeka wanted to say something.
Omeka, share.
Yeah, no, it's good. Thank you for that. You are definitely a voice in my quantum field, shall I say. It's like, what would Arlene do? You made a commitment, what you gonna do? So yeah, I've been going through a lot of healing stuff. You can eat. It's not always just about the food, although it is. You can't just eat McDonald's every day or bacon every day, all day. And health and wellness is gonna come to you. However, yes, I've been on this like amazing unfolding from childhood, I would say from birth. Being with my mom is giving me the opportunity to see, I feel like all of my generational blessings and curses, and no blame, no shame, and reveal my deepest thoughts about myself, and really enjoying the journey of championing myself and celebrating and just kind of falling off and having these things happening with my body and loving myself anyway. I don't care what you got going on. You can have growth on top of your head. It'd be like, oh, you are so beautiful. Thank you. I love you. I approve of you. You're awesome. Keep going. What's your goals? I heard Louise Hay say, look in the mirror and ask yourself, how can you support yourself today, as one of the first things in the morning. So I said, I'm going to incorporate that into my praising myself and loving myself and hello, gorgeous and all that. And also getting more specific and focused on particular goals and seeing those. It's like celebrating the fact that I did what I want to do already. Like it's finished. Like, oh my God, yes. I'm loving my CD. Like I've been talking about it for 3 years. I did it. Yes, you know, and playing. I have the music already. I just have to put it together, and you know, I don't even have to make it a physical. So I'm like, okay, step by step, focus on what you have to do, what your next step is. So thank you, Arlene. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, this platform, and yeah. My tower garden, I feel like is a reflection of me, and it's just blooming like crazy. The little tomato, just watching everything grow from the flower. This is the last thing. This cucumber that is looking so raggedy to me. Judgment. I don't know what the cucumber leaves are supposed to look like. Chances are they're not supposed to be dried and brown. However, the little cucumbers, 2 of them are coming. They're coming out. I was about to throw the thing away. So never throw yourself away. Never give up. Believe in yourself. Believe in myself. And thank you.
Thank you, ladies. It's a pleasure spending time with you this morning. Have a good one. And
You
like
too.
I said, check it out. AskArleneShow.com. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Good to see you.